strong women, all different with similar viewpoints, making sure y'all listen to the topic at hand. Hot for the fans, mature conversation, man, they gotta be fam. Roxy, Monica, Janet, and yes, impressive and intelligent, demanding respect. That's what you get when you put them all together. About to change the world for the better. This is Scattered Minds Podcast. Scattered Minds Podcast. Scattered Minds Podcast. Scattered Minds and all that. Scattered Minds Podcast. Scattered Minds Podcast. Scattered Minds Podcast. Scattered Minds and all that.
Hey guys. So in this episode, we're going to do a free flow. We just want to let you guys get a little more of a closer insight with who we really are. You want to get to hear our real voices. And I just want to let you know I'm Roxy.
I'm Janet.
And I'm Monica.
And we have a guest today, Renard. And we are Scattered Minds. And we're going to go into the next episode.
So on today's episode of Scattered Minds, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to freestyle and see where our Scattered Minds takes us. We're going to talk a little bit about this, a little bit about that. You know, world events, celebrity, social media. And let's just see how this goes.
You guys ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right. So, Janet, what do you think are some of the benefits, the pros and cons of social media?
I really don't like social media. Yeah, lucky I got social media now. To me, I feel like social media has a bad, not all the time, but is like a lot of negative things that you have these kids watching, and then they want to kind of be skinny. They want to be, oh my God, I gotta look this way. It has to be this, like the Kardashians. Everybody want to be like the Kardashian, get the BBLs and all that. What is wrong with just being who you are? You know, not only that, but like children, when they look at these things, young kids, they feel like, oh my God, I have to be like that. I have to be on TikTok. I have to be on Instagram. I have to make this money on here. Like, this is how I'm going to get it. Instead of just, you know, be you. Like, I don't like it. That's just me. Okay. I don't like it at all.
Okay.
I mean, you guys have a different view on it, you know, because I know, you know, Roxy has her business and everything like that. She's on social media a lot and everything, but it's to me, I mean, but you're promoting when you promote your things, like, you know, stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, there is some good stuff because they have like, you know, DIYs and stuff that I like to look at.
So, in your opinion, Renard, what do you feel like are the pros and cons? And how do you honestly feel about social media?
So social media, to me, as someone who is kind of an introvert or ambivert on both, it's a source of entertainment for me, number one. It also can be a source of inspiration. Inspiration being that I can see what other people are doing, or I can take an idea that I've seen and say, hey, I like that. How can I apply that in my day-to-day life? Or I like that outfit that guy has on. Like, I'm wondering where you got those pieces from. So you can find inspiration on social media. Is about who you follow. Because if you're following somebody like Kardashians, like, to me, I was anti-Kardashian, anti-celebrity for a long time. I was all about just kind of empowering my own community pretty much through social media. Like, okay, this is what the Black experience looks like. This is what it looks like for me. This is what it looks like for other people. But as you said, my dear, it's literally one of those things that you can be overwhelmed with so much expectation with social media, especially with TikTok. It's 30 seconds, it's fast, it's just in your face. And we're digesting all of this, right? So we take on a lot of that energy that we don't even realize until we put that phone down. And we're sitting there like, damn, we're comparing ourselves to people who got plastic surgery. You know, we're looking at people's lives and taking vacations, and we're like, oh wow, like they living that life. I gotta go to Cabo. I gotta go to, you know, Rome. I gotta see Greece. You know, I have to do all these things, or I gotta own, you know, red bottoms and wear the latest and greatest. You don't. But social media is a good outlet for people who are looking or seeking inspiration. And I guess it hurts us because comparison. We look at our lives through that small lens on our phones, and we're like, oh, that right there is something that I want.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. And it's almost as if it sets up two different realities, right? It has like the real world and the surreal world. You know, social media I think can be good for keeping everyone connected, you know, and just, you know, like you said, keeping an update on how people's doing and what's going on. But then it has that other life where it's like, man, I got to get to Jamaica, or I haven't been nowhere all year, and this person took like 3 or 4 trips. It sets this expectation where it's unrealistic for like regular working people. I mean, we can do certain things, but you know, certain, like you said, clothing they wear, outfits, just overall, just life. They make it seem like it's so glamorous at times, and it's like when you sit back, you be like, wow, I'm a bore bot. You know, I don't do nothing, you know? And so I can see how some of these kids can get so drawn in where I got to look a certain way and feel a certain way. So it definitely creates two realities.
I think for myself, like, I don't really pay social media any mind, like on real life, because most of the people, like on my personal page, y'all know I'm so touchy about who gets to have that access to me. So for me on my personal page, I know everybody on a personal level. So you can act one way to social media, but I know you in real life. So like, I don't really pay it too much mind. I just be like, okay, you can play for social media, but I know who you really are, you know, like. And sometimes, like, that's why I'm a person, like, I really don't feel like I need to have so many people and spirits on my personal page. I barely want my coworkers on there. I barely be wanting my family on there. Like, the only reason I keep my Facebook page is for my older family members. Like, I'm not a Facebook kind of person. Like, anybody know me, like, I'll be like, ugh, when it comes to Facebook. But, like, Instagram, I do like it because you don't have to say too much. I don't want to hear you talk. I don't really care about your feelings or emotions and stuff like that. I could just see a picture and be like, oh, that's nice, tap, tap, and keep going. You know, like, I like that. And TikTok, y'all know TikTok, I don't even really... You know, I have 90 something notifications on there and I haven't checked. I'm not that TikTok kind of person.
Try keeping up with these dances and challenges. I was like, I'm so 2000. And I was like, how do people really take time out of their day to practice this? I've been looking real silly, you know, when you try to do a little something.
You
Maybe
still
I could
hitting
get
the
this.
chicken. What was the chicken
Well,
with
I was
Chingy?
like, yeah, I don't know how they do it. So kudos to those guys. But like I said, it can be good for a lot of things, and other things it sets some unrealistic goals sometimes. And I was like, I don't know how people do it, but it is entertaining, to say the least.
It is.
Right?
It is. Even though I don't like it, it is.
You know?
That's true. Because you know how many times we'll send something to each other that we think is so funny and things like that.
Yeah.
It's like fun and it's like relatable. Like I would be honest with you. Like I look at some stuff and you click on, you be like, oh, they was talking to me today. And then after that, you just go on with your life. You know, like I feel like social media is a good platform for like your business as well. Because like my business, like I'm gonna be honest with you, people that I didn't expect to support me were people that I didn't even know.
Look at that.
So I remember I started getting orders and I'd be like, where's this person from? They from California, this person from this. And I'm like, who is this person? But I ain't hardly get them orders from people from Baltimore. I ain't hardly get them orders from people from New York and things like that. So like from
Shout out to Ty.
Yes! And you see it's half empty, okay? You see it's half empty. Okay.
I'm gonna be ordering mine next.
So you know, and like things like that, it makes me feel so full of joy that you know, some people that I don't even know are supporting me, and there are people that support me. Like there are people that I grew up with, like they support me. Like when I see like your names come up, like oh, that's, you know, it makes me happy and tingly inside. But you know, I'm, you know, you just had to take the good and the bad. But me on real life, I'm not really into social media. Like I could go without having it. And then sometimes I'd be like, dang, I gotta keep this business page. If I don't keep it, I won't get no money.
And keep in mind how much time it takes away from you. Can you guys agree that when you're on social media, just for a good 20, 30 minutes, it turns into 2 or 4 hours?
Yes.
And you're like,
Strolling.
where did the time go?
And do you catch yourself and are like on there like, oh my gosh, I need to hurry up and get off of here? Or like, what do you catch yourself doing at times?
And sometimes you're in the bathroom, you're sitting here like, you need to get up. Legs start falling asleep on you, you know. You lay in bed sometimes. I can tell you, I got this big ass TV. I don't know why I bought it. I bought it, you know, and I don't even watch it. I got a PlayStation during the pandemic. I played 2 games.
Wow.
That's it. And I'm just like, it's just like social media. It's there, but I know to put it down. Like when my brain says, "Oh, your eyes hurt," put that thing down. You know, your leg falling asleep, put it down. Get up, do something. Wash your clothes. Read a book.
That's so true.
Yep.
Because you do prolong a lot of the things that you need to do just being on social media.
Just watching, just
Yeah.
looking.
And it's
Entertaining.
addictive. Like those little things are addictive. Because them DIYs and stuff
Oh,
like that,
Jesus.
they're so addictive.
They really are.
Yeah.
I always be sitting like, oh, look at this. Da, da, da. Or when the cooking, because I really enjoy cooking.
yeah.
So I catch myself, I'll be like, I send something. I'll be like, I send it to John. I'll be like, babe, we want to try this, won't we? Like, you catch yourself really doing that.
Them DIYs, they're dangerous. They
Yeah.
have you buying so much stuff that you really don't need, but you feel you need it to create that same
Yes.
thing. And it's just like, damn, where I get this from? Like, I didn't even know I had that.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
I'm serious. It's fun, and then it can be.
It opens up your creativity. Like,
It
oh my
does.
God, I can do that. Like, I can really do that. Why didn't I think of that?
Like, yeah, I could build a house.
So dead serious though, and don't go on YouTube because YouTube Academy. I'm telling you. So 'cause my husband always says, he was like, "How you learn that?" I went on YouTube University. I was fun. Let me tell you, I know how to do hair, I know how to break
Yes.
everything.
I was about to say.
Everything I learned
YouTube
how
is
to
my
do.
go-to.
Yeah.
You know, I always had
Yeah,
YouTube. That
like I always
was
go
my
on there.
social media that I only had.
I know. I would ask her, but let me tell you, Jada would be with it though. I'll be asking her, telling her stuff. She's like, "Oh yeah." I'll be like, "How you know?" She'd be like, "Oh, I seen that on YouTube, girl." She don't have no Facebook. She don't have no Instagram. She don't have no TikTok. But she know
YouTube.
everything. She'd be like, "Yeah, I saw it on there, and it was on World Star." That's what she be telling me.
World Star on YouTube.
So, how do you feel now that you have social media?
I still don't go onto it. Like when I promote and stuff, I go on and I'll look when people like send me little messages, like, or they'll like, you get a message that somebody's following you, and I'm like, why is that person following me? Like, okay, but it's okay because it's for the podcast, so I'm okay with it. But it's like, I don't really talk like that, but okay.
Sometimes, do you ask yourself, why do you follow certain people, or do you ask yourself, why are we following each other? Like sometimes, like, I really don't have conversations with some people at all. Like I'll see people post stuff, and that might be the only like connection I've had with people in like 10 years or something like that.
To get my followers up, yeah. But it's I don't want to be on there, and I got 2 people. But it's mostly people that I connect with. On a part, you laughing? I'm serious. I'm looking at
Janet
my
felt
numbers.
that.
I'll be like, how many followers I got? Like,
But
10.
it is people that I basically have a connection with, or I feel relatable to, right? If you're talking about something inspirational, I don't know, something fashion, just something you can relate to, I'll follow them because they have good content. And and hope,
true.
with my podcast, y'all follow me too, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, I'm good for muting people. If I feel like you're gonna stress me out, I'm gonna mute you. Like I've had people be like, "Oh, she ain't seen my story," because you're mute. Like I will mute because I'm not about to stress myself out on my page, because you feel bad if you delete people. You really do. You feel bad, like because people get a little touchy about you deleted me, and I was like,
Just like they get touchy about them likes.
yeah. So I'll be like, okay. So if I feel like that, I'll mute you, and then I slither it a little later and delete you. But like me, my other page I had before this, I had like 1,000 something, like 7,000, 800, 1,000 people on
Bless
on my
your
first
heart,
one.
girl.
But now,
Celebrity status.
no, because now I have 300, and I feel like that's too many people. I'm gonna be honest with you. I be still trying to like maneuver who I could get rid of. I'd be like, who could I get rid of right now? Like,
Really?
I don't like for people. I'm very funny about who I connect with,
Okay.
and I'm so funny about who I even watch stuff, and like, cause you take on the energy. You ever see somebody post stuff and like, or like, you ever go through a story and it's like 70 little lines on it, and you gotta go those people, like if they have a whole bunch of stories, right, it'll see a whole bunch of little lines right there that they post mad stories, and sometimes I'm like, I don't want to know that much, or I don't care what you gotta post today. Like, so I'm so serious. You ever look at somebody and they post like 20 things in one day, and you be like, no.
How did too much?
Like, you're doing too much. Like, and I know nobody's looking at all 20 of those stories. I promise you.
Well, you could click. Right?
No.
You can fast
All right,
forward
watch.
through.
After this, we're gonna come back, resume to that conversation when we have a nice podcast about that. Like, it is crazy annoying.
So I have a question. So, do you think that social media portray black luxury a certain type of way? What do you think?
My favorite topic.
Yeah,
Listen,
yes,
Yes, get into
absolutely. Let's go.
Black luxury to me, and black luxury in general. Black luxury has been marketed to black people as being something that's unattainable by using European standards to inspire the people, us. So if you have big brands such as, your Gucci, your Prada, your Fendi, your Louis, has anyone ever asked themselves, have I seen any black faces in their stores, in their catalogs, in their advertisements? Yeah, we all got it. All the girls on Love and Hip Hop got it. All the girls on Real Housewives of Atlanta got it. The glamour girls at the Met Gala got it. But what about people like everyday, today people? Why are we aspiring to have these brands, right? But I always tell people this. My favorite saying is luxury is not about acquisition. It's not about what you acquire. Like I said earlier, luxury to me is like having my bills on auto pay.
That's right.
I have it and it's there. That's all you need on my bills are paid.
That's
Yes.
And so knowing what black luxury is, it's like, to me, self-care. It's about having 10 to 20 minutes for yourself every morning, every evening, to maybe do a little facial for yourself, pamper yourself. Don't forget to spray yourself with a good cologne or perfume. To me, that's black luxury. It's that experience that you have with yourself versus what you can acquire. So for me, once again, it's taking the time out for yourself. We dedicate our time to so many things, whether it be 8 hours at work, time with our friends, time with our family. It's time with self. Really, that's what, to me, black luxury or luxury in general is. It's freedom. Luxury is freedom.
Yes.
Thank you, Renard, for that. I
love that.
Thank you for that, because I needed to be informed and educated on that, because I wasn't sure what exactly it was. I knew when I think luxury, I think high-end products and things of that nature. And just as you mentioned, they market it towards certain people, those type of brands, but we really don't see us. Only as of lately, you're seeing like one or two black faces, and you're like, oh wow. But you are seeing a little bit of us, or more of us, I should say, wearing these brands now. So it is attainable, but again, it's more tangible. It's more something that you can buy, products. But as you put it, black luxury, can also be self-care. And just being with the family. So that's very interesting you put it that way. Thank you for enlightening me. I was a little confused. I just know black luxury. That's not my lane. Not yet. So, I kind of stay where I'm supposed to. But thank you for putting it out. I appreciate that.
It makes me excited when I see black people of color, really doing it nowadays.
Yes.
Because I always felt like, and it's not saying like only, white people do things, but I always felt like when it was us, it's like, oh, like I admire when I go on vacation or I go somewhere and I see somebody look like me and we give each other the eye, like, yes sis.
Yes.
Like
that's
that
right.
Feels, that's a good feeling. And it feels so good knowing that, we are coming into our own as black people or even as Hispanic people. Like, we're coming into being like, it's not just y'all, it's us too. We can, do our thing too. Like, it just feels so good.
I like that you said that too, because nowadays when I see people of color, black people having certain things where we weren't accustomed to seeing them have certain things, I'm gonna say a luxury status, I'm like, oh, go girl, oh, go boy, you doing your thing, you look nice in that, and without having to be feeling away like, how did he get that? Because sometimes I feel like, when it comes to certain brands and luxury in general, when it comes to us, correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys never seen it, but when we see someone, like you say with those brands, like Gucci and Prada and Balenciaga, is that how you say it?
Yes.
It's always like, that's probably a knockoff. It ain't real. Or, where she get that from, who she stole that from.
And it's like, no, sis, we doing our thing. And I save towards that, and I work hard.
I'm like, yes, it don't always have to be like that. But honestly, it is people like that hate, unfortunately. Yeah. But when it comes to White people, they're not like that. You know, we automatically think that
It's
they
real.
afford it. It's real. You know, they got it
Yeah.
because they work hard. But why can't we work hard and
And
get
it's
the same thing?
Balenciaga when they have it on, but when they have it
okay.
on, they automatically feel like it's the right thing when it's Balenciaga.
Yes, like come on, like why can't we get that too and just be happy for the next one without having that negative, you know, kind of like, is it real?
So for like me, I feel like you don't have to be from head to toe in label or brands and things like that. I feel like a girl is that girl when she has a label bag, a nice little cute gold weight bag, and a cute little you can get your 3 little favorite designer sandals or designer flats and little things like that. And if I worked hard for them $1,200 ones, you're gonna see them. You're gonna see them maybe
But
often.
as you should.
But for me, and let me tell you something, I will wear Sheen with my $1,000 bag and my $1,000 shoes, because guess what? If I want to take a picture with that on social media, you may not see that again. So I'm not going to let you try to dictate what I'm going to wear, wear over and over again. Because like, honestly, like I'm a person that if you give me a budget of $100, I'm gonna make it look like $1 million.
You know who said the same thing? I remember back in the day.
And that's how you know somebody can dress.
I seen an interview with Little Kim, and she said the same thing. She said, "You can give me $100, and I can make that outfit look like $1,000 or more. You will just—it's just the way the person wears it, it's what they exude, and how they are. So until you get there, you slowly get there, but you do it with class, and you know you do it where you don't have to spin the bank until you get your bank."
I'm
You know
telling
what
you, I always was that girl when we was younger that would like take like the cheapest thing and make it look like it was like
People
the
can
most
do
slick.
it, yes.
And that's how I am. But like I was always brought up like you need to pay your bills and stuff like that. Like those things are very important to me.
Of course. Ooh. Wait a minute. I'm talking about the old Kim. I ain't talking about the new Kim now. This is when she was put on the scene. The new Kim is a little different. She is a little different. We'll put it that way. But come on, back in the days, I remember when clothing was a big deal and outfits, and she was like, "No, you gotta love yourself." No pun intended, but she said you gotta love yourself, and she said she can take $100 or a certain amount of money, a little bit, and make you look like you have $1,000 on.
But it's so sad. We in society make people feel so unhappy with themselves. So social media will social media will affect you. Like, look at all these celebrities that when they first started to how they started now, and how they changed their face, how they then changed their body. And that's not fair, because a lot of them were pretty girls before they even did anything.
Yes.
So, like, don't get me wrong, Nicki Minaj is cute.
Okay.
She's a pretty girl before she had anything done, or even now. But I just felt like in society they made her feel like she had to get things done, and she was just a pretty girl.
Yeah.
Even with Cardi B, I felt like she was a decent girl, and I felt like she's pretty now, even with what they did to her and stuff like that, and all that beautiful hair she has. But I feel like they had made her feel like she had to get things done. And
Well,
even with Lil Kim, like, there's a few.
It's a certain, I guess, when you get into a certain class
And
of people,
but
you
is it
have
a
to
certain
feel-
look they have to live up to, or is it because society made them feel bad about getting it? Because think
It's a
about
certain
this:
look.
she had to go get her teeth done because people were saying stuff about her.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a certain
or
look.
like or she had to go get her nose and things done. Like, I just feel like we should not make society determine how we're supposed to feel. Like, you gonna have to just love what I got going on.
Yeah, but if you're not getting the roles because you don't look a certain way, and it's dictating your bag. You are gonna look a certain way, because we have a lot of people that we know from back then that was very pretty, very nice to get, and now when you see them, they look like a totally different person, some of them, and it's like, wow, why? But when you get into that world, that industry, they do dictate how you should look, right? You see the skin bleaching, you see like you said, the nose jobs, you see the big booties and all of that. I mean, if you don't look that way, you don't get the parts,
But somebody
right?
who had a good nose job was paid about, always tell
Girl.
you that was the best nose job ever.
And when you told me about that, I was shocked. Was I not? I was shocked.
that was one of, I feel like she didn't do so much. She did that one thing and she just let that be.
But
Who knows
even
what else she
someone
got
like
done.
her,
Yeah.
wow.
But see, that goes to tell you that we all have insecurities.
So we want to talk about being your authentic self. We have multiple selves that we, show different people, we show the world. And what we really show ourselves is what's important. When we look in the mirror, that's our authentic self. So I know when I'm at work, I'm just like a a slither of Renard is there, but I have to be professional. So you don't get as much rawness. I'm not trying to be so outspoken there. I'm like, all right, I have to be more empathetic towards others because I have to lead a team. I have to work with others. I have to work with the general public. So I'm sitting here, I'm just like, all right, like normal Renard be out there like, what? I'm not letting that shit slide. But you know, wait, can I cuss? But anyway, I did it. Sorry. But you have to be and embrace your authentic self, you know? So I feel like even that slither of myself at work, you know, is still a part of me that is real when I'm at work. When I clock out, it's fair game though. Yeah. I'm cool, I'm chill. I'm just regular or not. So if you know your authentic self, what that looks like to you is you know, your rituals, what you like to do, what your happiness really looks like, and what inspires you on a day-to-day basis versus what you've seen someone else do. If someone else is burning sage and playing with crystals and do all this stuff, like if that's what you want to do, then do it. But is that your authentic self? It's just like someone can inspire religion and tradition. Are you really well versed in what Christianity is, or well versed in why you're celebrating this holiday, or are you just doing it because that's what you're just being programmed to do? So are you living your authentic self, or are you living something that's been dictated to you or caused you to be inspired by something? What do you guys think?
I think I think that the way you was raised kind of have an effect of how you are as you get older. It's like you're raised a certain way, you do certain things, you know, you're taught certain things, and it's like as you get older you start to kind of like change those ways, because you're like, wait, that's not really who I am. I had to adapt to my environment, and I don't think that that's my authentic self. I'm loud, I'm like extra. I don't know if it's because where I grew up, you know, I had to kind of adapt to my environment, but sometimes I like to just be chill, sit back, read a book, relax, you know. It doesn't have to always be wild and crazy, but I can get there because I've been there. Like, that's what I was always. And when people see me now, I'm so calm. You know, I talk about God. You know, they like, Janet, like, you changed. Like, wow. Like, I'm so used to you being all loud and crazy and this. I'm like, it's the environment that I was in. I had to adapt to my environment. If I walk around, you know, a certain type of way, I'll get chewed up and spit out. You know, I can't walk around and, you know, not trying to be, not that I have to be tough, but I have to like walk around and just like, I got to put this face, like, I don't need nobody messing with me, you know, like, but at the same time, it's like, I don't care what anybody has to say now. I'm older. I've matured. I'm grateful for that. And I feel like now I'm being my authentic self because I'm loving Janet. I'm loving me. And I'm able to show people this is who I am. If you like it or not, I really don't care, because I can't change who I am, because now that I'm lying to myself, because I'm like, people see me like, what? They don't like me because I'm real upfront. I'm very outspoken. Sometimes I have to watch what I say, because yes, it's the truth, but you have to also figure out how you say certain things to people, because you don't want to offend anybody. You don't want somebody to feel some type of way, because your words hurt. Your words can make somebody feel very small, you know? And it's like, people done said so many things to me. Now I don't really care what you have to say. Your words don't hurt me, because I've learned how to not let your words change who I am. Like, I mean, what do you guys think? Like, do you feel like you're being your authentic self now? Or
I feel like now I'm being more my authentic self. I used to always be, I don't want anyone's feelings to be hurt. I don't want this and that. I don't want this, you know. And then now I'm a person that says things like, I've always been like an open person, but like now I be like, nope, I don't care where we at. Like, I'm just going to sit there. I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to let you say what you got to say. And then I'll be like, are you done? So now we're going to talk about it. Like, I used to always just hold things in to make other people comfortable, because I didn't want this person's feelings to hurt this and that. And like, now I don't care whether I'm at work, whether I'm around, like, my mom always made me feel like, even with family, like, don't say that, you know, that's your aunt. Don't say that, that's your this and that. I'm like, but they ain't giving me no respect either. That's true. You know, like, and I still, to this day, my mom does that, you know, with us. Like, we could genuinely not like something, and she'd be like, "Don't talk like that," and I'd be like, "Their kids don't be like that." Like, seriously, like, their kids are not like that. They're going to do whatever they want to do. They're going to say whatever they want to say and be disrespectful. But she has instilled that in me where I know what to say and what not to say. But I'm a person, if you get on my nerves to that place, I'll just remove myself. Like, I am not about to put myself in situations that make me feel uncomfortable. And I feel like if I'm being my authentic self, you're either going to accept it or you're not. So if you don't accept it, then, I mean...
Peace.
Peace.
Right?
Yeah,
What you think?
I agree. I definitely agree. A lot of what you said, you and Renard. When being your authentic self, you growing up, you're laid with the foundation. But as you go through life changes, you start to take on things that are a part of you or that's always been in you that comes out.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed as I've gotten older, I've become less tolerant of stuff that I was tolerating, before. So now, I'm still not as outspoken, but now I'm starting to feel like I'm not going to let that bother me, and I'm just going to keep myself away from it. So, it's just like, if I want to deal with it, fine. If I don't want to deal with it, I'm not going to deal with it. I only speak up on issues that affects me or anybody around me that I care about personally and passionately. I'll speak up. And before, I was very, very shy, very, very reserved, and I didn't speak up much, but now I'm starting to find myself speaking up a little bit more and just being a little bit more out there in the front when I need to be. So when you get older, you do start to be more real with just like you said, more real with yourself. And like, if I want to deal with it, fine. If I don't want to deal with it, I don't have to deal with it, and I won't deal with it because I don't want anything disrupting my peace, and that means a lot to me. So
That's true.
yes.
Renard, I have a question for you.
Yes.
I wanted to know, as far as like we were talking about this topic, do you feel that having certain friends around you kind of like, if they know who you are and you're being your authentic self, if the people around you want to, how can I put it? Your friends, right? The friends that you have around, do they know who you really are, or you cannot be yourself around them?
I mean, my friends that I have now definitely know who I am. And probably about like 4 or 5.
I'm telling you, and sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah. Growing up, like I said, I really had to learn that. And we talked about that before. Like, I really had to learn who my friends were. And I had to comb through and clean it out. And, like, these are the friends that I consider. Like, I feel like I could be my most authentic self with you guys. Like, I could cry when I try to. And I can, like, just be who I am with you guys. And, like, I appreciate that. Like, whenever I'm going through something, y'all always cheering me on. It feels good when people value you. And they be like, no, girl, queen, you better get back up. You better get back up, and just, encourage you and just speak so much life into you. Like, that's a beautiful thing. And people might not realize how important that is to have people speak life into you. Because when they're negative, then you become negative.
Yep.
When you're not happy, then they, it's just a domino effect. And like, you don't want to be around negativity. You don't, because you want to just be, even though you want to be your authentic self, you want to be your most happiest self as well.
True. Let me add. Are they still considered your friends if you cannot be your authentic self in front of them?
I would say they're
Because if you
associates.
associates. I most definitely, because again, go ahead.
Right,
You said not
right,
even.
Right?
Wow, they are lower level. You gotta ask yourself. Right? You gotta ask yourself though, like, would I really consider you a friend if I can't be the real me? Because then you got to think about judgment, jealousy, and all these other things, these negative ways that come into place of not a friend. So if I can't be my authentic self in front of you, with you, around you, I wouldn't call you a friend.
But think about it like this. Now that you, like, he said that he has only like 4 or 5 friends, right? That's now, or that's always been like that?
It's pretty much always been like that. But I'll say this. I have a tribe. You guys are now part of my tribe. You have such good energy. Roxy's always been a part of my tribe. We might have not been like super, super close and like always in each other's space, but she's always been, I feel like, a part of my tribe. So you meet these people along the way who like you said, uplift you and give you that good energy, and they serve a purpose as a part of your tribe, not necessarily, oh, that's my friend and best friend, whoever. It's just that they are part of your tribe, your space, and you know that they bring that energy and reciprocate that energy.
Yes.
As well.
Yes,
Absolutely.
agree.
Absolutely. Thank you. That was a good way to put it. Part of their tribe.
Yes, that is a good way to put it.
Yeah, because you really do need a strong tribe. You really do.
Yes.
Because, like, even with, like, all the things that, like, this, you know, the past couple of months and years has been, like, a little, like, whoo.
It's been a little cuckoo.
And then when you have, like, a tribe around you that's like, it's going to be okay, and they check on you and they motivate you, and they just let you know that you have that safe place with them.
That's
it
right.
makes you feel so good and so safe. And, like, people don't understand it. And sometimes you can have people on that, like, you know, whenever we connect, it's just like a yes, you know, it's the connection. We may not talk every single day, but it's just like, that's somebody, like, he may not even know if I were to come rich today, I would break him off with something. You get what I'm saying? Like, people don't realize when you plant a good seed into somebody's life, you're gonna always have that, like,
Gonna reap the benefits.
yeah, you're
later.
gonna always reap the benefits. When I get up there, you're gonna come up there with me. Like, you're never gonna be down there. You're gonna always be up there with me. And that's just the type of person I am. If you do something good for me within your life, you know, have brought out the best in me, and you know, it just makes me feel like, not that I owe you, I just want you to feel appreciative and know that I have your back no matter what goes on in life. You
That's
know?
love right there.
No,
It
I'm
is.
telling you, like,
That's love.
just, but
That's love.
that's how you're supposed to be. I'm telling you, let me get that little scratch off. I'm gonna hit you up, Renard.
I got you.
Still got you.
It's the truth, but you're supposed to. I feel like you're supposed to have those type of people around you, and if you don't, then you need to reevaluate your friendship with people. I feel like you're supposed to, like, when we had our, you know, our episode with friendship and stuff like that.
The expired friendship.
You know, it is like, I had to learn something from these people, but I have to move on because you cannot come in my season. Like, you're not allowed into my new season anymore.
In a season.
Absolutely.
Like, I got what I needed. Not that I had gotten what I needed from you, but you got what you needed from me.
No, but you also got something from
No,
them.
absolutely.
They served their purpose.
They did. But
At
it's
that
just like,
time.
I feel like God put them in your life for you to plant the seed. God's gonna water it. You move on.
So-
no hard feelings, no hurt.
So I'm gonna ask this question, Renard. What do you consider an expired friendship?
When that energy just don't serve you no more. When you can't talk about growth with that person anymore. You can't feel like you're happy or they happy for you when you actually see them or see an Instagram post anymore. Like, certain things, that energy that you feel in the core, when it's done, it's done. Your body will literally tell you and reject that person out your life. That to me is when a friendship is expired. You get on the phone, yeah, how you been? I've been good.
Yes, right.
Didn't I tell you that?
It's the truth.
Listen,
Cricket.
I told you that's the same thing I literally did on the phone. What did I say? That's the same way. And then when you look at that phone, you be like, I ain't gonna call them back. Bye, girl. All right, girl, it's been real. And I'm telling you, it's nothing.
Real nice knowing you.
It's,
Right?
You know, it's nothing personal, but like my growth, we're not going to go in this season together, and it's uncomfortable, and you know, it's sad. Like, you know, sometimes you've been with people all your life, and you be like, this thing, like,
Well,
now we gotta let go.
Sometimes people are just not meant to transition with you at certain levels of your life. You know, they're just meant to be there, serve the purpose for whatever reason during whatever it is that you're going through during that time. And after that, then that's what it is. So that's why at the end of the day, you said no hard feelings. And if that energy is not reciprocated back, then I know this is nearing the end. And sometimes it don't even have to be a big blow up. We don't have to have a big fight, a big argument. The relationship just dissolves
It's a mutual
itself.
understanding sometimes.
Of course it is. Of
Sometimes
course
it should
is.
be a mutual
And it's
understanding.
okay. It's okay.
And it's
for
okay.
it.
It's a woo woo woo. It's a
It- it
woo woo.
will-
Woo,
yeah.
you know.
So talking about this.
Woo 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 woo.
Okay. Right, hooks to you too. So you know, my talk about it.
Talk
about it. I just want to talk about what is your perception of love? What do you think love is for you? Because I think everybody has a different perception of what love really is.
Perception of love. Love is something I think I've actually struggled with because love languages, love looks like this, love looks like that, love looks like what you see in a Disney movie, you know? Like you meet the prince, you fall in love with the prince, and you live happily ever after. That's not real life. But love looks like, to me, grown me, it looks like a never-ending journey of freedom and acceptance, and that's all I can really say about it. Like, when you really can look at something and accept, number one, yourself, your flaws, who you are, who you're becoming, that's love to me. When you can look at someone else and accept all that they have, all that they give off, that to me is love. You're not looking at them like, damn, baby, you ain't got no ass. You might got little titties, but like, you could be better. Like, or you're not looking at somebody and being like, oh, your beard don't connect. You're looking at that person and being like, I love this person for who they are in front of me today, not their potential, but who they are in front of you today. So to me, love is freedom.
Freedom.
That's good.
Like that.
So what is your perception of love?
Oh my gosh. Companionship. Just being able to share a loving energy with a like-minded individual. Someone you can grow with.
It's someone you can grow with, someone who's going to be there with you with your ups and downs, non-judgmental, and just be able to pick you up when you're down, and correct you or redirect you when you need direction. Just someone who's just there wholeheartedly, unconditionally. That's what love to me is. And I mean, you feel it. It's just something you feel. It's like, I'm sorry to say, when I look at my honey, it's just something I feel with him. It's something like, with him, I just have this sense of like, everything's going to be okay. Your love is okay with me. It's safe with me. Just an overall good person, just good people. Love is good people. Love is good energy. Love is good vibes,
Vibes.
That's
For me,
that's what it is. What is it for you?
For me, it's chapters.
Okay.
Love has different chapters in it, and I feel like you have to know your love language as well as the other person. It's growth. Like, you have to really grow with the person that you're with. Like, me and John, we had to grow with our love. We loved each other from when we first started talking through all our ups and downs, but you still have to grow. It's different chapters of love. It's learning with the person. It's being your most authentic self with them. It's learning the good and the bad with the person. It's loving everything that comes with them, whether it's you, your family, your friends, everything, all the flaws and toxic things, and it's also about just making each other better with love. Like, I had to learn how to truly love someone being with Jono. Like, he taught me what love was, like unconditional love and stuff like that. Like, it's just about growth, and you gotta like set tones too. Like, I had to set Jono with certain tones about how to love me too. Like,
okay,
like, love is just, my perception could be different from yours. My view of love could be different from yours. Like, I feel like I set tones and expectations for my love as well as he should, and I just feel like as women, we should set those tones, for what we accept and what we expect from men, and men as well. Like, men should expect certain things from us as well. It should just be, and it shouldn't be different roles. It should just be mutual with love. Like, people like to put certain roles as what this person should do, that person should do. It's just to be like, just respect, like loyalty. Respect me in front of you, respect me behind you, just always respect me enough to love me through the good and bad and things like that. Like, that's what love is to me. Like, I've always had good examples of love. Like, I look at my aunts and my uncle and my grandparents through their good and bad. I always set that tone to be like, I wanted love like that. So, like, when I feel like it wasn't going those ways, I'm like, we gotta love like this. Then he would tell me, we gotta love like that. Like, I just feel like, you also go by the things that you've seen growing up. What love is. And I always remember my mom used to always tell me, love somebody should be able to tell you when you're wrong, when you're right, and things like that.
Absolutely.
They tell you, like, I never forget what mom said, like, if somebody tell you, your significant other tell you that your breath stink or something like that, you should be okay.
You should
with
be,
that.
you should be all right.
And you should be like, oh, thank you.
I'm like, I'm like, oh, excuse me, let me go take care of this, and I don't get upset about it. Like,
that's supposed to be love. They supposed to love you through everything.
Can't get upset if he called you a funky monkey and you're a
funky monkey.
Unconditional love. You know, like it's just all it. Like I always say, it's always what you expect out of it. Because what your love is, my love, his love is just might be different. What about yourself?
What about you?
I feel like love should be an equal give and take. I feel like love should be able to compromise from one another. I feel like, you know, love should be, even in my bad times, you know, we're arguing or whatever, you're supposed to still love me. Like, show me that you love me, even though we're going through something or we're upset. Don't ever make me go to bed angry. You know, we should be able to have communication. You know, we should be able to sit down and listen to one another and not be offended by how I feel, because you might look at that situation your way, but I'm not looking at it like that. We're two different people. You can't compare one to the other. You know, like I feel like love to me is, you feel it in your soul. Like you feel that person, you know, like, you know, when that person's not doing right, because you feel it. Like, hold on, wait a minute, something's not wrong, right? Hey honey, how you doing? Are you okay? I feel you. Something's wrong. You know, that to me that's real love, true love, soul, like connected love. You know, that's what I want. Like, love that you is like, I don't have to be in your vicinity or in your area, but when something happens to me, I'm on your mind, and you just come out of nowhere and call me.
I'm gonna make you laugh for that. I'm gonna just interject for a couple of seconds. When me and my honey were talking, it is the weirdest thing. I was at work and I was just thinking about him like crazy. Just thinking about how his day is going, how he's doing, how.
Oh, she
and
love.
no lie. You know, that's that new love stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
No, and in a couple of seconds he called. And he was like, hey, babe, how you doing? I said, I'm good. I said, how you doing? He said, I'm good. I said, the craziest thing, I was thinking about you. He said, you lie. He said, because I was thinking about you. And that's why I picked up the phone and called you. I said, God damn.
Yes.
Why?
It has to be. It has to be.
And you feel, it's innate. Like, you feel it. And it's just like, just out of the blue.
It's a soul connection.
And he said, he said, no lie. I was thinking about you. And someone just told me, like, just call her and see how she's doing. No, for no random reason. And I was like, so when you say
that's
you
love.
feel, seriously, when you feel it, Janet, you're right. You do feel it from miles away, distance away. You feel.
You don't even have to
you.
be in my vicinity, but I feel you, because we're connected spiritually. Like that's a true, like, soulmate, a true connection.
That is so
you know,
true.
like, and it's hard to find.
Yeah.
Because you don't get that with everybody.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I feel like everybody's getting like broken up in 2022. Everybodydy's breaking up. Everybody, you laughing? I'm dead serious. Everybody leaving their man, and all the women is getting strong enough to be like, I don't want that.
Really?
I feel like we're settling a lot too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I feel like a lot of us are settling, like,
Really?
as women. I feel like we
We settling for a lot less than what we deserve.
Because sometimes I be sitting up there and I be like,
Really?
no.
What
And
you
I be
think?
like, am I like? Sometimes I wonder, like, do I have high expectations of a man? Because some of the things that I hear people tell me about, I be like, no, why you?
But your mama raised you different.
But no. It should be even deeper about them how my mom raised me. It should be how much I love myself enough
That
to
is true.
settle for certain things.
Okay.
What you think?
What you think, Renard?
Is it hard to find love in 2022? No, because as I said, love is freedom. I feel like when you love yourself, you attract that same energy. Someone will love you equally. But I do feel like with the influence of like hookup culture still been, you know, music being sexualized beast that it is, like everyone expressing their freedom and their openness with each other in a way that doesn't this. Everyone's kind of like doing their thing and living a hot boy summer or a hot girl summer. So it's kind of hard to find love, right? It's kind of hard to date, but I feel like it's out there. It's just that one big love that's out there for you, possibly. You know, you just gotta find it. It's like finding a pearl.
I hope so. I really do. You know, I pray it upon, you know, everyone to find that love. Whatever it is they feel that love is. But, you know, nowadays, you know, because everyone are not being their authentic self in the beginning, you know, they're putting
It's almost like it's a facade that they put on in front of you. So
That's
they're not
so
being
true.
their authentic self. So how can you expect to be real with someone if they're not being real with you? So it's hard, because then when you get past level 1, level 2 is going to be that much harder, because then the layers start to come off, and it's like, hey, you're not the same person from the beginning. What happened to XYZ? So it's like you're tricked. So a lot of people are very tricked.
Do you guys ever feel like you guys were tricked in the beginning from a relationship and be like, ho, this is not the person that I talked to? You're a little liar. Like, do you ever feel like that?
Yeah, I have.
Tell a story about when that has happened.
I mean, I like, you know, like
You all
people try to
giggling real hard.
butter you up, make it sound all good, like everything's good. Oh yeah, you coming in the house, you cleaning, taking care of things, you know what I'm saying, doing your thing.
Then month 6,
know.
there's still dishes in the sink.
No, it was like my experience, like with something like that, like when I got with my kid's father. Everything was all good. It was like, oh my God, you know, I'm connected and everything. And then everything was all good. And then we were good friends and everything. And little things started little by little. And then once we got into like a relationship, started whooping my ass.
Yikes.
Well, that escalated.
Yikes. It sure
Yeah,
did.
so like, you know, like it was like,
But in the beginning was like he was Prince Charming.
yeah, it was
like,
beautiful. Like, you know, the way I felt, the way he made. I don't know if it's because I was going through something emotionally, because you know my son's father was deceased, like, and I was dealing with that. You know, so I don't know if, you know, maybe I was not in the, I wasn't in the right state of mind. You know, because I was trying to find love in all the wrong places. You know, I was dealing with something emotionally, and maybe that was like the first person I got into a relationship since like my kid's father. You know, so. That was, you know, we started a certain way and then it just ended up like a whole nother, and it was crazy.
I'm sorry. Wow.
It's okay. I had to go through it.
Yeah.
What about you? What about
you, Renard?
What about you, Renard?
Yeah, I mean, I've been engaged to a narcissist.
Ooh.
And that was enough. You know, a whole lot of mental doubt and mind games and, you know, props and things made me, I guess, stay for as long as I did, because I believe this person genuinely loved me, but that wasn't love, that was manipulation. So I've been in that situation. Like, all right, fell in love with a facade, fell in love with the idea versus actually fall in love with the and Roxy, you were there for me when I had that moment of like going off on social media.
I said, take that down. You better than that. Don't you do that. You better take that down.
See, that's good to have a friend like that, right?
I definitely, the next morning, I will say, I realized, like, what the fuck am I doing? You know, like, this is above me. Like, I literally, I vibrate higher than this. So let me release all of that. And once it was gone, it was gone.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Amen to that.
Yeah, because, you know, like I always say, like certain people, there's such a light. I be like, don't go down that dark tunnel with people and they match their energy. Although we are of the flesh, and I be one too.
But sometimes
with hands, feet, and neck.
But sometimes the opposite way is better, because they gave you negativity and you just showing love from a distance. Like, I'm good.
But sometimes you just have to take a step back, because when you're in the midst of it, you want to match their energy.
Oh no, we about to fight.
You want to go toe to toe. But then, like he said, he took a step back.
Throw the man.
Yeah, we about to fight.
Back, and he realized, like, I don't want to go down that path, and I don't want to match that energy. So sometimes you do have to take a step back. But people can bring you down to that level where you want to match it, and it was like, oh, so we gonna do this? We can.
So how about yourself?
Yeah, it was a. I got tricked too, man. I fell for the okie doke. It's something similar to you, Janet. You know, cooking, and you know, I'm a good man, and I believed him. You know, and he came on as a good man. You know, he was very charming, and you know, a couple of months and years later, you find out, it
wasn't what I thought.
No, I'm seriously. You know, you said you can cook meals, and you only cook one. And you kind of woo me with that. And then, you know, when it's time to make the next meals, it's like, I forgot. Or, you know, not right now. You can cook. You know, I've been through it. So the okie doke, I got tricked and bamboozled. And it's only a certain, like, you live and you learn. You know, and during that learning process, I became a detective, and got really good at it.
In my other life,
So, you
as a
pick up
woman,
these-
the thing is, as a woman, I feel like in our other lives we were detectives. We had to be.
You pick up
I
all
think
these
so.
different trades that you never knew you had, but certain people just put you in certain positions or places where it forces you to be someone unlike yourself.
Yeah.
But in order to get answers and to get the things that sometimes you just push to that limit. So yes, I think we all been tricked 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You can laugh about it now. It's funny now. Like,
You
what about you? You been tricked?
Let me tell you, I don't even know where to start. It was a journey getting to marriage before Jono and I.
Really?
Well, one time I dated this guy and he told me he had a car and everything. Bro, I was like, this one, he got a car, right? I talked to him. So he said he had a car. So it was the car parked in front of his house. I'm like, oh, okay. So after a month, I said, you gonna get your car fixed? And it was like, yeah, I'm gonna get my car fixed. We dated for 2 years. That car never got fixed until it got towed.
Wow.
Oh my
At
Jesus.
the
Oh my Jesus.
so after that,
That's crazy.
yeah, the same car that the windows got busted out of. So it got towed. They got towed. I was like, this ain't nothing. No car had no plan to get this car fixed. So
Never had plans to get the car fixed. Not
Did you
one
have
day.
a feeling he didn't have a car, or it was never gonna get
mean,
fixed, or
After 2 years, I mean.
no, I noticed after the month and a half, I was like, oh, I think I got myself into something. Oh, daggone it.
it be that way sometimes?
Yes, it does.
And I knew in that moment, I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work out too good.
Okay.
So you know, you grow. Like even as women, like we finessed it. We act like, you know,
We did.
yeah, like, you know,
But we try to go with the flow, like, because you're like, you know what? This person came to me. I'm trying to, like understand where he's going through. Like, I just want to, you know, just accept him for who he is. And in time, he will change, you know?
Giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Big ass lie.
yeah.
But we try.
The
We
benefit
try.
of the doubt will get you in a whole lot of bad situations.
True.
You be like, Raekwon is going to change. I promise you.
But then that's the time. That's the time to start adding and subtracting people.
Yes,
It's
that's
true.
it. That is
It's
so true. So you really start thinking about like the different chapters in your life, and you start, you know, reevaluating everything. Like for me, I start playing the adding and subtracting game. I start, you know, becoming comfortable with losing people for the highest level of myself.
Wow.
So when I want to come to the highest level of myself, I start looking at everything around me, everyone around me, and that's when I have to start betting on myself.
Wow.
So
Betting on yourself.
I felt like you remember, I think I told you one time, I said, you know what, I've been around, everybody around me is scary. You remember I told you that? I was like, everybody around me is scary. Everybody is like content. And I'm a person that will just bet on whatever and just be like, I'm gonna just pick up and move. Like that's how I picked up and moved and came to New York. I didn't have no goal of what I was gonna do. I said I'm gonna just go to school and I'm gonna finesse it and play it off after that. And I felt like I was in this place, like the people that were around me when I first moved to New York, they were like you know, they would bet on themselves. Then I started, you know, becoming more of a like adult, and I will never forget. I wanted to go, you know, I went to school for fashion merchandising, and I remember my family was like, you know, that's not a real job. You have to have a job with a pension and benefits, this and that. And I was like 23, 24 at that time. Like, dang, they are telling the truth, but I'm like, that's not what makes me happy. And that's how I'm 10 years later at my job now, you know, benefits and, you know, all of those things, and I'm just like questioning so many different things about those moves that I made, because you know you can't be as free, go network and do different things you want to do when you have to be adult and you have these different bills you got to pay because of the kind of job you have. So I felt like, you know, all the people that I met there, I became cool with some of them, and I felt like they were scary people. You know, I felt like they were not people that were willing to take a risk. Or, you know, you start being around people that always tell you, like, you should just be happy you got a decent job. You should just be happy you got this and that. But, like, sometimes that does not fulfill you.
That's not enough.
that's not enough. And it's not that I'm ungrateful, you know, with the life
You
that I
want
have.
more for yourself.
I'm just a person that always want more. I always want to exceed and excel in everything that I do. Like, and then like, you know, one day I just sat at work and I was looking at all the miserable people around me. I was like, God,
Peace.
I don't even know what I want to do. I really like, this is just not where I want to be. Like, these people are just not matching the chapter of my life that, you know, I want to be in. And I was like, you know, I always felt like I had a gift, but I never realized how gifted I was until like I had like my friends really start speaking life into me. Like, girl, you know how to do this, you know how to do that, you know how to do. And then that's when I was like, yo, let me just start a business and start doing things. And I was like, you know, I got so comfortable with just being this girl that worked in the medical field. And I was like, that's not really what I want to do. Like, that's not really where I want to be. Like, that's when you have to really start betting on yourself.
Wow.
And I feel like, have you guys feel like you started doing that with yourself?
I feel like, I don't know, as I got older, God removed those people from my life. They just dropped to the side. Like, I didn't even notice or realize sometimes, but certain people you just stop communicating. You just like, it just stopped. And you know, it's something inside of me was like, I can't even talk to this person. Like, when I talk to you, I don't even feel right.
Wow.
You know, and that when I started to realize, I'm like, damn, because I was at one point in my life, I was comfortable where I was at. Like, I didn't like change. You know, so I'm stubborn. I didn't like change. I'm used to this way. It's always this way. I worked. And I'm like, dang, I'm working so much. My kids are getting older, and I'm losing out on life. Like I'm 35. What have I experienced? You know, like, I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to go see other places around the world. I haven't done that. I want to be able to take my kids to do those type of things, you know, and I was always stuck in the 9 to 5 job, working, busting my behind, making sure bills is paid, the kids got everything they need. But what am I showing them? That just to work and that's it, you know? And then Roxy was always putting in me business. I'm good with my hands, and I did my certification online for my massage, my facials.
Look at you, girl.
You know, so I'm doing that now.
Look at you.
So I'm doing that now, and like, that's what I love to do. I'm good with my hands. I'm great. Everything that I touch is gonna turn into gold, because that's
I hear that.
That's what God said. You know what I'm saying?
That.
You and when they prayed for my hands when I'm in the church, and they always said, they pray for my hands, and whatever I touch is going to turn into gold, because I use my hands. I'm a phlebotomist. I use my hands. I'm good at what I do. I'm a great massage. Like, I can give a massage amazing. It's not even about, okay, I make you feel good. I make you go to sleep.
Wow.
You know, it's a tranquility. It's like, I feel like my hands, God is going to use me from head to toe. Whatever it is that I'm good at, God is going to use that to help somebody else.
That's your anointing,
you know, like,
that God gave to you.
Exactly. Like, Roxy's product. Are you kidding me? She was on vacation. Somebody was having issues with the son. They put her product on. Didn't have an issue.
Look at that.
What, he was having the seizures?
Oh, is this it's called
something with the son was causing the man to have an issue.
Get out.
She put, and what I tell her all the time, it doesn't matter if 1 million people see your stuff and want to do the same thing you do. You want to know the difference? What she does? She puts God in everything that she do. That's why it's gonna come out 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, like, I try to, when she tries to inspire me, I try to like inspire her. But she's always doing her thing. But like, having people that want to be business owners doing their thing, like, that's good to have. And seeing her, it pushed me. Like, even people around me, like, oh, do your own business, do this and do that. But I have to want it for myself.
Absolutely.
That
you know,
is so true.
Like,
people have to want that for themselves.
And now I want it. I'm ready now, you know, because I don't want to be working for the white man my whole life.
No.
Roxy got her own business and she's still working in the medical field. She ain't gonna want to do that forever.
Well, and that, follow your passion,
and
right?
that's why I always, what do I say all the time? I be like, girl, I don't want to work no more.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All the time.
Every
all
day.
the time. You do. You do.
I don't want to work no more, and I feel like I don't want to work anymore, and I feel like I should use what God gave me. This is what He gave me. It's not just, oh, people, oh, it's just a massage thing. It's more than that for me.
Yes.
Because I'm coming with my whole heart. It's like when I cook. If I'm upset, don't ask me to cook, because you gonna get messed up food. I cook from my heart.
The energy. Yeah,
The energy you put into everything. Like, and what about you?
I must say, I love helping people. And I'm still, in my age, I'm still searching for my passion, but I know I want to help people. So anything that I can do in that realm, you know, I just have to find my way. So I'm still searching for my purpose.
Little Oprah, at least tell her.
Searching for my purpose, but just being able to help in any way that I can. And until I find that, I will continue on that journey.
What do you think that you don't have? I for me, it's the same thing what Roxy just said. Oprah. Like, I feel like you could speak to people. Like, you're like, well, like the way you speak, you know.
Maybe that's what it is. I have to tap into that. Right?
But you research.
Well, his opportunity. Tap.
Tap tap.
So and I admire you guys, and you guys inspire me every day when I see what Roxy's doing, when I see what you're doing in your daily lives. You still follow your passion. You still find a way to tap in and do that very thing. And again, I'm growing and learning in that, and slowly but surely I'm like, following these women, I can do that. But it just I'm channeling that journey, and I know I'll get there. But you guys are very inspirational with that, and until then, I'll just continue to speak positivity in people that I'm around or with until I can find what my passion is.
And that's something big too. Like, you know, just speaking life into people is very important. And we have to learn how to start being more of those people who speak life into people.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, it you never know how much it changes someone's life on a day-to-day just to speak life into somebody.
You're
like,
right.
you know, like I love that when you guys just be like, you know, girl, this and that. And I'd be like, yo, we gonna be rich, yo. I don't even say, I'd be like, what I said, I'd be like, go on in future, billionaire.
You sure
Absolutely.
do. You sure do.
A billionaire. In the making.
I hear that.
In the making. It's true. It's
You have
true.
to speak it into existence.
I like the fact that, you know, I have people like friends, and I'm not gonna say a lot of people because there's not a lot of people, but I like the fact of having somebody that's able to push me to do the best that I can be, because they see what I can become. They see, like Roxy, I'm not gonna say they, Roxy, you know, certain people like family and stuff like that, they bring you down quick. But
I mean, in all truthfulness, like, it's sometimes the people that's closest to you, not saying y'all, because y'all support me with everything I do, but like my family don't support me that much like that. Like, I have my mom, my husband, and my siblings. They support me with everything too. And I mean, I have like a cousin or two that supported me, but like the other ones, they don't support me like that. And like some of my closest friends, they're just like a picture and that's it. I had a friend send me a post for one of her friends' stuff, and I'm like, hold on, wait.
you didn't even promote me.
I said, let me go past this message real quick and keep on with my day. No, I'm not going to support you. No, I'm not going to support you. But that's just how people are.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's sad.
So you can't expect for people to support you. You have to be your own force. You have to be your own motivation. And like my mom always instilled that into me. Like, you have to be your own focus. Like my mom, my brother, and my sister, like, I'm so proud of them. Like, I admire everything they do. They fight through everything that, or any obstacle that has come their way, they fight through it. Like my husband, any obstacle comes his way, he fights through it. Like, I just, you know, when you're around those kind of people who fight through everything and make it through it, you have to be like, all right, it's hope. It's hope for me to do this. It's hope for me to do that. Like, I don't know. You just gotta be like that.
I feel like I'm the head of like my family, like not the head. I do everything, but I feel like
You're the strength.
the strength. Like they come to me, we talk. They, oh, Janet, can you pray for me? You know, this and that. I'm not a type of person that I don't like to be around negativity. I don't like that energy because it makes me feel some type of way. So I have to sometimes take myself out of those situations because I can't do it. I just can't. Your negativity is trying to bring me down, and I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm trying to be on another level, you know. And sometimes you got to stop it where it's at.
You sure do. Yeah, I feel like I'm the mediator in my family. You know, everyone can come to me, and I can be level-headed and non-judgmental and call things out for what they are. And rightfully so. Right, to me, right is right and wrong is wrong. No matter how you try to cover it, right is right and wrong is wrong. And I won't be the one who will take the wrong side. I'm always on the side of rightness. Whoever it is, and it could be my own son. At the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. So everyone looked to me to be that judge or that mediator. And, you know, that's how I help. And that's the source of my strength, of being able to bring people together. So, yeah, that's how I feel.
All right. So I just feel like, you know, you got to know your strengths, and we know who we are in this situation, and we know the growth that we taking in this.
We're still growing.
That's right. Every
still
day.
learning.
Every day.
So guys, how do you like our new free flow? I know it was a little long today. We're gonna have 2 parts to it.
I know. But it's worth it. It's worth it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
So like, subscribe, tell us a little more things you guys would like for us to discuss, and you know, make sure you keep checking out Scattered Minds for real. Anything you guys
That's
wanna
right.
That's right. Thanks for checking in, guys.
Yes. You want to close out on a prayer?
say? Go ahead, Janet. I'm a little not today. It was a long day for me. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Father God, in the name of Jesus, Lord, I ask you to forgive us our sins, each and every one of us, Lord God, knowingly and unknowingly, Lord God. I ask you right now, Lord God, to be there for us. Wash us with the blood of Jesus from the crown of our head to our soles of our feet, Lord God. Each and every one of the person that's watching us right now, Lord God, may you be there for them. Be a blessing in disguise, Lord God. Wrap your loving arms around each and every one of us. Keep us covered under the blood. Let no hurt, harm, or danger come no way. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
And
Thank
you
you, Janet,
guys
for that.
so
Thank
much
you,
for our
guys.
guest, Renard.
Yes,
thank
thank
you,
you,
Renard.
Renard.
Thank
Appreciate
you so
it.
much. It was such fun having him
It
on.
was. He's
was.
such energy is
He
great.
really is.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. Good vibes.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. We thank you guys for everything. And peace.
Peace.
Thanks for watching.